Greetings, let's talk about stims. What do you say? With patch 4.1, BioWare introduced many changes to crafting, one of them being the new level cap 550. With that, they've also changed the stims available for crafting. Allow me a moment to just quickly open it. And let's see what do we have available. I've already crafted the purple versions for level 61 or item row level 92. This one is the brand new VULKK proficient stim, which gives us 218 accuracy and critical rating of 90. The old version of the stim that we know has also been boosted. It's again level 61 with item row level 92, and it gives mastery 218 with power 90. A very quick comparison with the old ones, we see that the old one for level 55 gives us a 198, so that's 20 points of increase for the main stat and 9 power points increase for power, the secondary bonus. The duration is again for the purple stim 8 hours, so nothing has changed here. You can still produce 4 at a time, but let's go at the important part right now. Which one is the best? Is it the old version which gives us mastery and power? Or is it the new one that gives us accuracy and crit? Well, without having to watch the full video, but I would strongly encourage you to do so, so you would hear my reasons and why this is so, I will tell you now the end result. There is absolutely no difference which one you're using. And if this is satisfying for you, you can stop watching. Alright, let's go into the elaborations. You probably know from this thread what are supposed to be the basic targets for all of the points. So let's see, mastery stim, accuracy stim. There are some calculations. I don't know personally Goblin Lucky, and I have no idea what kind of a software he's using to make these calculations, but since nobody else apparently in our community can make a better calculation or prediction, we all believe that what he is doing is correct, and this for his software and for his tests is providing the best results. Which means that if you have noticed my stats here, I'm a little bit over on critical, but I will tell you why in a moment. Let's go over the stats again. Whether you're using the new stim with accuracy or the old one with power, the end result and the total amount of points spread around should be still the same. You always start as a DPS with accuracy, which needs to be 110%, possibly below, but since that's not available, this 700 is the optimal number. This is with full 224 gear and everything optimally ordered and arranged. You can go obviously lower than this if you really want to not waste 0.18%, but you would have to lower to, I don't know, 220 or 216, or maybe possibly go for a weaker version of augment, and that's just stupid. So everybody knows that this 0.18 is a waste right here or above the 110% accuracy, but there is no way to lower it without sacrificing anything. So yes, this is the new optimal 700 accuracy rating points. Critical is suggested to be in the range of 1300. You see that mine is a lot higher because I'm currently in testing period, and this 1300 is suggested for optimal build for Operation Dummy Parsing. This is very different than operations and real boss environment and boss encounters. So that's why I'm testing heavy crit build. Mine is very heavy and it's not supposed to be like this, but I just wanted to see what happens when I pump up the critical multiplier. You know that with 4.0, crit and crit multiplier benefit from the very same stat, which is nothing else but critical rating. There is no surge as a standalone stat anymore, but since I've explained that in detail in my guides for the Sentinel and Marauder, I'm not gonna say anything else here. After you reach 110 accuracy, you go and start building crit. Crit should be in the range of 1300 once more time. It is actually, to be precise, between 1250, 1260, all the way up to 1350, 1360, or anything in between. That depends on your gear, on your currently available mods, and your personal preference. I am running a higher crit build because I want to see the impact of heavy crit builds on operation bosses, and that's not for every boss. No, I do change that actually from boss to boss and record my personal stats. So far, heavy crit build did not prove to improve my DPS. Everything is very situational and very variational, so I cannot really determine with 1 week of testing, since I don't do operation bosses more than once per week, and I need to try a couple at least of different things to be able to determine for myself, and then announce it out loud in a possibly new video in the near future. But a little bit of a heavy crit is good. So if the suggested amounts of crit rating is 1350, you could build to 1400 or maybe even a little bit above that, and it's still gonna be optimal because you don't have 100% uptime on a normal boss fight. There is always downtime when you're avoiding something or changing targets. Yeah, even a leap is a waste of DPS sometimes, depending on where you're leaping and why. The last stat is also way too high for me, and this is alacrity. I have crit and alacrity higher, but you will notice that I have about, on an average, 320 points mastery lower. This is exactly why I have more crit at the moment, because I haven't used mastery augments to just basically cover the loss of the stim. My stim is accuracy. Back on the topic of the stims, I would personally suggest you guys to not change to accuracy. Now, take in consideration the fact that some of us, maybe not all of us, but some of us are doing dailies, solo farm, challenges of some sort. And this means if you're using an accuracy stim, you will need to always have an accuracy stim. If you have enough money, if you have crafting materials and crafters, that's never going to be a problem. And with the stims lasting 8 hours and one batch of crafted stim produces 4 stims actually, that's plenty of time, and you would probably never have an issue. There might be that weird and once in a lifetime situation where you might run out of stim because you forgot to notice it's about to expire and you're in the middle of a boss fight, and then God knows what other scenario may happen. So that's why I'm suggesting that you keep using the old mastery. Plus, you don't have to shuffle half of your gear to accommodate for that accuracy supplement. There is absolutely no difference or matter where and what kind of mods and augments you're using. You're hunting stats. You shouldn't obey any rules that you might hear from this person or that person. I should have a helmet with this stat. I should have this kind of augment and this kind of enhancement in my chest piece, in my gloves. I need to use implants and earpiece with alacrity, crit, and accuracy, or maybe 2 implants with accuracy. No, this all depends on what personally is available to you. Always hunt for the stats. The most important stats are in the same order for every DPS class: accuracy, critical, alacrity. If you're a healer, accuracy doesn't matter, and this means you can stack critical and alacrity through the roof. Funny thing, I'm already in the editing screen with my editing software, but I forgot to add something. I would like to explain why it is considered, because no doubt you will see it here or there, that the accuracy stim does provide a tiny little benefit. If you compare it stim by stim, you will see that the first bonus is 218. In my case, it's accuracy. In the other case, it's mastery. There is absolutely no difference which one you're getting from the stim, because you have to get the same amount from your other gear, meaning augments most likely. The secondary bonus is important here, because in the older version of the stim we're getting 90 power, and in the newer version we're getting 90 critical. If you don't know already, well, let me tell you, critical is the one best and most important to stack through the roof stat after 4.0. I know that many of you, probably returning players, especially the returning players, would think, what the hell? Crit was the crap of the crap. No, it's actually very important now, and it's very valuable to be stacked up. That's why previously in the video I was telling you how a little bit heavier on crit builds should, and I'm trying to prove it to myself first and then explain to you, but they should be more beneficial in boss fights. So, too long, didn't watch or didn't read. The new Stim does have the upper hand. It has been proven again by VULKK and other people who do bother with testing with software that the difference in DPS is 1 or 2 points, which spread around in a longer parse, it's just tens or a few hundreds of damage points. That's not DPS, that's damage points. So for a 5-minute fight, that's gonna be a few hundred damage points more. And it's so variable depending on what you're doing, especially in operation boss fights, and God forbid in PvP, that this difference is actually absolutely easily neglectable, and you should not bother using the new Stim. I bothered because I'm doing some kind of a different testing, but my advice, don't spend money, don't rearrange your mods and augments. That's it. I hope that you will find my information useful, and if you have any follow-up questions, please feel free to ask down below in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.